あえずデータを初期化しますか。OK。配信ができているかどうかを確認して、OK、できてる。タイマー準備して、2分スタートにするか、分かりやすいように。2分スタート。経過時間ね。経過時間2分スタート。よし。OK。黒くなってるね。これで初期化されてるかわかるから。スタート。よし。ローディングがハードによって違うと思うけど、一応初めからタイミングでタイマーをスタートしております。まあ配信には乗らないんだけども。
Good afternoon. At any rate, I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Before we begin, you see, which is why I believe it.
プレステ4
In
の
fact, I insist.
配信機能を使って
As you can see, my
やってます。
Now then, let's begin. I have every faith you will accomplish great things here. Now then, your departure draws nigh. May your journey.
よし。ドラゴンと陽気の島。
We begin in a cave. The surrounding rocks are slimy with damp. Yet in this horrible place gathers a fellowship of 3 adventurers. These adventurers seek a certain treasure hidden in this cave.
ここ連打切ります。
An iron door
これ
towers
長
before
押しの
you.
選択
The
肢。
stoic man takes hold of the handle. The stoic man winds his leg as his foot connects. The door trundles to the side. So it was one of those sliding contraptions. Something leaps out of the
チュートリアル
fellowship
戦
from the
闘。
darkness.
チュートリアルじゃないな。オープニング戦闘。チュートリアル入ったっけ？入るか。ホワイトライト。で、ハリケーンで一撃で終わるかどうか後で確かめないとな。ハリケーンだけで終わるならシラハは何も行動しないでターン回してハリケーン打った方が早い。
Appear creatures the likes of which they've never seen.
まあこの戦闘はハリケーン使ってもしょうがないと思うので、クリティカル来ない。ロス トボム、まあ攻撃減らすか。いや間違えたな俺。これブランの方が先にターン回ってくるからスライムでよかったな。ホワイトライト。なんでさっきの失敗したかっていうと、ここでフロストボムで倒してくれればいいんだけど、今回クリスタルで確定だけど、倒せなかった場合が困るんでね、振り下ろす。
There is treasure inside, no doubt about it, but it's locked tight. The woman slides the simple key into the lock. The chest clicks open. Inside is what appears for at last we've retrieved their quest complete. The triumphant trio put the cave behind them.
This
is Castle Advent. Queen Nilla reigns over the kingdom from within its walls. In the crowded audience chamber jostle the white-robed adventurers stand. A palace guard calls over the tumult. Be silent. Her royal majesty graces us with her presence. Whomsoever conquers this beast, at that, the gathered crowd cheers loud. It puts my... but they'd be wrong. Beside him, a strange... When you heard about the quest to slay the dragon, you wonder why you need to sign anything, but head for the guard anyway.
That's it.
Shall we?
Shall we? Okay.
Sign here, says the guard, handing you a pen and paper. You sign your name. You sign your companion's name as well. Mar. Though he can't speak the human tongue, he seems to understand it well enough. You want the reward as badly as you don't want to die. You figure you better make some strong. Find some good people to help you fight the beast. You're less likely to die that way, says the guard. You've yet to find any help for your quest. Things don't look that reassuring as they are. But the decision is up to you. In the end, you set out, just the two of you, to hunt the dragon.
まあどこまで行けるか。
Earlier, you saw the bit about the handsome reward for who... Monster! The woman cries, and startled by the spell, Mar grows. You whirl to the woman and shout, "What are you doing? This ain't a monster." The two of you bicker for quite a while.
やっていくわけだが。
When you tell her you're after the same thing, she's a little annoying. That suits you perfectly. She tells you she is a witch, but says nothing of why she hates monsters or what grudge she bears against the dragon.
Yes, 頼むぞ。まだだけど。 まだもう一個間違った。
A woman sits hunched over by the side of the road. She's sprained her ankle and needs you to take her to... We're a little busy, you say. You make to leave, but Melanie stands... Ain't like it's my fault she's hurt. You whine like a child. Ignoring you, Melanie gingerly helps the woman. Mar bends so the woman can get on his back. And you watch them walk away for a moment before following, complaining to yourself about what a waste of time this is. You arrive at the apothecary. She thanks you and pulls something from her breast pocket. It might be a good idea to do that again, should you come across anyone else in need of assistance. As your eyes roam everywhere but the path you walk, you barrel right into someone. Berwin, the trio advances on you. You fall to your hands and knees. Winifred stares at you, bewildered, muttering a thief, bellows Berwin, drawing his weapon. Guess you've got to fight your way past.
これで主人公に来てくれれば OK 最速。あれ連打入ってる最速だったわ。
Taking pity on your ineptitude, the Ivory Order tree... We mustn't tarry any longer. To the monster researcher of Thriston with us. Hedwin urges his companions and the trio depart.
12分。
Aimless wandering can be fun, but if you want purpose and direction, I'd suggest sticking to the path.
当然逃げます。さあこっからだぞ。望遠鏡を引けないと。斜め。お、ああ。
He says he'll make it worth your while.
でもこれはあり
You
だな。
ask the old man about him. You offer him safe passage to Nexton.
この距離はいいね。近い。
The next instant, he takes off for the center of town, shouting, "I shall be there soon, my love."
戻ると。
Lying in the grass,
お
you
っ
find an
と
old
これはま
telescope.
さか
You figure a
最
look at
速
the
を
path
引い
ahead
てい
can't hurt.
く。マジけマジけマジけ。
All you know is there's something up ahead. You leave the janky
最
telescope
速
where you found it and make your way cautiously toward what you can't not fight such a
ど
unique
うすかな、お
monster.
金カットしようか
Eagerly
な。
draw your blade.
ちょっと待って、お金をカットする場合は、こんな最速引くことねえから、チャートがこんな最速引くことないからな、マジで。いやでももう一個スライム待つか。どうせマップ広げる必要があるから
And fight.
焦らず行け。犬は吠えてる。こうなったら直接町へ行くか。おっとスライム来る。マジかマジかマジかマジかマジかマジか。2匹引いていく。うますぎる。フリーズまで覚えていく。最高すぎるんだが。
You kick a rock down. The rock you kicked must have hit it because it is
待ってくれ。
really
こ
mad.
のパターンは初め
Brace
てだ。
yourself for battle.
チャートがないぞ。このパターンのチャートがない。サンダースラッシュでこれはどこをカットできるんだ。
Good work.
金策も終わってる。森の稼ぎもカットできるな、これ。余裕でカットだな。どうするかな、これ。
How may I
油
help
壺
you? The proprietress inquires.
油壺カットするか。松明使ってフリーズがあるからね。フリーズがあるからもう油壺買わない。
Will that be all? The proprietress asks.
で武器
How may I help you? The proprietor inquires.
剣買って杖買って OK。
Will that be all? The proprietor asks.
待って、タイム良すぎてタイマーを押すの忘れた。
It's pitch black inside the cave. Who knows what dangers lurk within? Maybe you should prepare first. Light can't reach the furthest depths of the cave. You light the torch. It'll be much easier to, though the torch lights your immediate surroundings, you still cannot peer far into the distance.
よしよしよしよし。
Don't hold back.
こんなん戦うわけがねえ。骸骨は来るなよ。骸骨は来るなよ。よしよしよし。頼む。よしよしよし。ここの洞窟で一番嫌なのが骸骨のみ。骸骨だけの円か。
Upon closer examination of the door,
骸骨
you
プ
put
ラ
the
ス
magic sphere
骸
into
骨
the
以外
cavity,
なら
and the door
問
opens.
題ないんだけど、骸骨だけの場合は見えづらいので、それ以外ならなんとか。
And fight.
じゃあうわ、こんな風に速いんだよね骸骨。おいおいおいおいおいおいおい、これキノコも回ってくる。つかメルブール速っ。主人公よりメルブールが早く行動したんだが。
What horrors transpired here?
マジかよ。7なんだよこの骸骨のみは。おお、ラッキーラッキーラッキー。最悪な演歌だったな。骸骨3体とか一番やばいやん。間違えた。装備。 これは大丈夫。
You make to open the next instant, something leaps at you out from the
さあ5000
darkness.
フリーズがあるからな。フリーズ一発で入れば入らないと。これはありがたい。サンダースラッシュ。ちょっと待って、ここに来てダイス運がよろしくないんだが。リーズ。よしよしよし。
Oh?
なんでだよ。いやー、ボディープレス迷うけどね。確実にこう。OK。HP 問題なし。
The monster defeated, you turn toward the treasure chest.
マイナス2分とかや
And
ばいん
see
だけど。
those ivory order jerks rooting through, tucking the spoils from the chest, knowing you couldn't stop nice of them to. For some reason, Melanie picks up the ragged
まあで
doll.
も橋までのマップを広げてない分があるからね。違う違う違う、また操作ミスった。
Cypri is lit when he catches.
Okay.
Without breaking his gaze away from the doll, he begins. Since then, Cypri has treasured this doll as he treasures. Cypri turns to Melanie. So you reclaimed the treasure by complete. How are you gonna thank us? Cypri gestures as if to say. According to Cypri, you might be able to learn. Upon hearing that, you'll need this, he says, and holds out something for you. You won't make it through the bewildering wood. Your sights set on the distant Unionville. You resolve to navigate through the bewildering wood.
Yeesh. これで森入る。 これで森の稼ぎもカットできるんで、ここでさらにタイムが加速すると。金策も終わってるんでね。もう一匹スライム期待したんだけど
A thick fog impedes your vision.
来なかったわ。
You surmise this is in no small part why they call it the bewildering wood.
あとはもうエンカウントとの勝負だね。
A message is written on the sign. Seek out the four stela hidden deep in these woods.
操作がおい。これ遅延行動なんだよ。
You have found the southern stela. You smack it and hear a sound off to the west. You'd best head that way next. You have found the western stela, which you swear up and down was not here when you came in. Nevertheless, you give it a smack.
ここはトリアード。
You have found the northern stela. It doesn't look particularly special. You resolve to touch it anyhow.
原価を置くね。
You have found the eastern stela. You have investigated all 4 of the stela in the bewildering wood. You hear a sound, and it's not all that far away. You hold the woodland flute you received from the doot-doot-doot-doodly-doot-doot-doot-doo. You blow a hand. You soon become aware of accompanying percussion, which reveals itself. A young woman appears by sheer coincidence. The flute, but she continues. Extend. You hand over the flute, firmly restating that she may. Ridis plucks the woodland flute out of your hands with glee, and begins playing it as she skips. It's that-a-way, Ridis says gleefully, pointing past the stela before you. Welcome to Woodland. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm quite busy for the rest of the day. So you'll have to wait till tomorrow to leave the forest, she says. It turns out this inn is simply a place where the poor lost souls trapped in the Mar sits. He lets out a self-satisfied burp that sends the sun sinks low, and the day draws to a close. The others follow suit, and before long you've burst. Ridis's house is ablaze, a nearby villager screams. My mother is still inside, Ridis shrieks, darting past you to fetch water from the well south of the village. Ridis is gathering water in an attempt to fight the blade. Mar's eyes light up. He scrambles over the edge of the well and sucks the well dry in an instant. He pokes at his swollen belly and gestures toward Ridis's house, as if to say, "Get me back there, quick." Mar douses the house with the water he sucked out. The fire is reduced to mere embers, and all is well. Or so you think. Something darts out from behind the house and attacks. About the enemy.
うわぁ、ここまで良かったのに。ハイリジェネ。はぁ。ちょっともう溶けていく。黒いが死ぬ。いやーもう大好き。いやこれもう黒い死んだらやばいよな。 これね、火追加じゃん。回復しないとやばいやつじゃん。やっとかよ、遅えよ。
Fortune favors the bold.
遅えんだよ。ダイスが悪い。クリティカルで補っていく。やっとだ。危ねえ。ここでレベルが上がるとかマジか。レベル8になったか。
Ridis's mother. Now, what would bring a creature of fire to a place like this, you wonder?
マイナス3分ついてんだけど。
Light breaks on a new day, and the commotion of the fire feels but a nightmare. You lead your party to Ridis's house to ask for safe passage out of the bewildering wood. Though spared from complete collapse, Ridis's home has been thoroughly scorched. Why do you want to venture out beyond the... We are in search of the dragon. At last, Ridis is ready to depart for the edge of the bewildering wood.
So タイムはいいけど操作ミスが多いな。
Upon seeing that Ridis is with you, he steps aside and lets you through. The eastern portion of the woods certainly does not want for thick, soupy fog. You turn away. Ridis appears to be familiar. Oh dear. I'll thank you kindly to pay by the end of the month. Hee hee. Ridis lets out a book. She pulls the woodland flute from her cloak and begins. Ridis's ear-splitting performance, shall we say, draws monsters out from behind the trees. Within moments, they are nearly upon you. That's odd. I must have made a mistake. She opens the book to a particular page. No matter how many times you finally see that Melanie quietly opines that while Ridis is many things, bright is not one of them.
待てよ。2個目のスライムさ、リリー仲間になる前に出ちゃったから、リリーに経験値入ってないよな。まあいいか。 大丈夫だよな。
As she does, a hidden path out of the bewildering wood comes into view.
しかも望遠鏡スライム出なすぎて全然通せなかったから。
At last, you've certainly kept your.
最
I
後
was
の方
hoping I
の
could join you on your quest
ボ
to
ス戦が
defeat
どう
the. She takes out her
戦う
old
かが
book and thrusts another page in your face. Have you no
若
heart?
干
Are you
忘れて
just
るん
going
だ。
to? Melanie calmly reminds your well-reasoned argument of no thwarted. You nod your head in resignation and welcome Riddis to the party. And fight.
よし、こっからはもうチャートも合流しちゃってるんで普通にやっていくだけだ。
You were surprised to find a merchant selling goods. You decide to take a look. These are my unsold wares. I would be happy to sell to you for a fraction of the price.
こっちはいらないんだよ
I'm
ね。
closing for the day, she announces as she packs up her goods. It seems you won't be able to do any more shopping here. You see something approach. A monster, Melanie shouts, readying. Mr.
まあで
Flobby,
もこのタイミング
get
で
back
露
here.
店
What a
引
weird.
い
We
て
aren't
も
staying a moment longer than necessary, says an
なんかお
unsettled
金なかっ
Melanie,
たか。
her distaste for monsters plain on her face.
お金なかったね。見る必要なかったわ今の。いや、1000余るならありだったか。
Down here, at thy feet, Lappy the furball looks at you with a. Why do you want to join us? You are thoroughly rejected by Melanie. Lappy, you tell Melanie to be nice.
定期的
Lappy
に
leaps up
通さ
and
ないと
hugs
ダメ
her
だ
in
ね。
his excitement,
操作
exclaiming,
が
Thou hast though she thought all mon
操
finally.
作がダメすぎる。
He laughs, then shamelessly praises his after explaining that you must be tired from your journey. Have a seat. I will have my chef prepare a feast, the headman says, then claps his hands. You wipe your mouth with your sleeve. There, there. We'll eat soon. You with tears in her eyes. You are starving. But it doesn't look like you'll be able to partake of... We will find your slime. Melanie reminds you that you... What's the difference? Brave heroes. The headman interject. You need to hear the whole story from the young girl. The girl sobs. The girl then hands something to Melanie. She asks Melanie to... Regardless, looking aimlessly outside the village would be a waste of time. You decide to collect more information in the village. Though a torch is not strictly necessary, it would certainly help you find your way through the dimly lit shrine.
これな、毒入れるか迷うな。
Your footing is obscured in the dimness of the... You go forth slowly but steadily. Taking it one, you take a good look at the floor and see it lined in trails of viscous liquid. No doubt a slime or 200 have passed through here. It looks like poor Mr. Flobby is being held. It seems the man has noticed Melanie. According to the man's revelation makes you realize you asked Melanie about her hometown with forbidden magic. You have so many questions, but realize careful.
だから毒入れても、まあ毒のダメージが入るっていうメリットはあるけど。あ、攻撃追加。これはもう楽勝一択だな。ヒット。一撃だったよ。足りないか。
The headman may look like a nice old man, but he keeps those... The ivory order and that false justice they serve are the true evil here. He retaliates, fighting back. Seeing the two parties occupied with each other, you realize this is your chance to grab Mr. Flobby. Perhaps wary of humans, Mr. Flobby dashes out when you draw near. When you reach out to grab Mr. Flobby, lower Mr. Flobby's... Find something to help return Mr. Flobby to normal. You wipe Mr. Flobby's mouth with the handkerchief, then you hear... It looks like having regained his senses, You place the increasingly sticky handkerchief in your bag. Lappy approaches and tells you that Mr. Flobby has returned. The girl is I'm happy for you, Melon. The girl bows her head. Of course not. But bring him back soon, she answers with a bright smile. I am so happy to see you explain everything that he expressed. He then thanks you for your hard work and instructs his stewardess to prepare dinner for your party. You can feel your collective mouths water. You, Mar, and Ridis immediately dig in. You aren't sure where you find a moment to... Once your belly is full, the color strikes you as familiar. Is that this dish, and I have you brave heroes to thank for it. Had you not brought that slime back, we would not be able to enjoy this exquisite dessert. He points at Mar and asks, how much? You ask. As much. You grab the headman by his lapels, hands trembling in fury. You pummel the headman with all your... You meet eyes with the rest of your party and reach a tacit agreement. Together, you all stand and leave. The old man, but Mar, the keener of you two, is with a crack. From the headman's hand falls a small blade. It clatters to the ground, covered in blood. Despite the shallow wound, I heard that as he reaches Mar's bedside, this is what you call it extract. He explains that it is a... Lappy's eyes widen in realization. He then puts the what you call it extract into a bottle and hands it to you. He tells you to give the extract to the... Realizing that you are at fault for this, you don't hesitate. But this is strange. The extract comes from a monster, so it should have no effect on one, Lappy remarks with a curious tilt of his head.
イベントが続くね。
You hastily grab a scrap of paper, write down what you've heard, and quietly sneak away. Look, you two, it's the sea. British exclaimed. You, on the other hand, trudge along, feeling something at you. It appears you've stepped on a monster's cape, making it very upset. It attacks you in fury.
危な。主人公やばいな。フリーズにするか。
Rumor in the village has it that it might be the dragon.
ここは何すんだ？
You open the door without a muscular man emerges from the back. You politely ask if he is the new. He says he has been studying. He stares at, opens the bottle and laps. He needs a special fish to make the necessary. When he explains that you can catch one in the surroundings, it sounds like his son is fishing on the wharf. You decide to go find him. You see a young man with his line. He asks if you have business with him. Though you are pretty sure of the answer. You introduce yourself. You know Oreo needs a spry fish to make. Hearing the despair in your voice, you thank him for the information. Is it a reward you're after? You are about to ask. But Melanie smacks you on the head before you can voice it and allows him to come along. What will you ask Bruno? You ask Bruno about his. Bruno replies that apparently he only carries around a sword to look like an adventurer. Curious about his attire, he confessed that he once wished for armor. The words "birds of a feather flock together" run through your mind, but you quickly chase them away, afraid of what that means for you. Mars' fate rests upon this man's terrible, he says, showing you the few fish he's caught. You ask him if you can have the spry fish. When you ask how much it will cost, you're heartless, Ridis pouts. This one's all yours. Then let the carnival. Your puny body is no match for mine, the Piscator shouts back, throwing a punch.
ここだ。絞るとしたらここ。 最初の自己ポイント。おっしゃ、クリティカル。
A battle of...
いや、そのタイミングはダメだって。おお、クリティカル。
It feels like watching...
よし。あー、でもこれ余るかな。余らない。早い。これは早かったな。
Witness the power of power. Defeated. The
マイ
Piscator
ナス
hands
3
over the
分
spry fish to Bruno.
39秒。
Bruno extends an unspoken friendship begins to form between the two. Or at least, you hope that's what the prolonged silence between them means. With the spry fish in hand, you head back towards Oreo's clinic. Bruno looks at your group sadly, reluctant for this little adventure to end. You hand the fish. Give me a moment, he says, then takes the fish and heads into the back. It's ready, he says, emerging from his room and handing you a bottle. You hope this will get Mar back on his feet. You face Bruno and say, take care. But Oreo is squats at hyper speed. I want to show this power. You have much to learn, my son. Only the sound of their labor. You can only look on in stunned silence at the enigmatic display. You realize that these two have a very special way of talking that no one else can understand.
で、ここで馬車。
Hearing yet another roar in the distance, you realize you need to get the supplement. You will be instantly transported to any location you've previously visited. Travel for 100 gold pieces. Any traveler, it appears the headman's long-standing pronouncement on the welcoming of all magical creatures also applies to you and your party. Mar lies listlessly upon the bed, looking somewhat haggard. You help Mar sit up. He weakly opens his mouth, and you slowly pour the energy concentrate inside. Mar abruptly... It looks like Mar is all better now. You give Mar a tight hug. Bruno is deeply moved to see nutrition bringing a smile to others. You decide to take Bruno back to Shoreland, then continue your search for the dragon. You arrive at Bruno's house. Though he seems to want to adventure a little more, he reluctant. With that, your next Bruno looks at you. His eyes beg, let us defeat the dragon together. And you realize with the Bruno is happy after hearing his son, and in the blink of an eye, the flip you tremble. Though Oreo still deems his son's thank you, father, Bruno says from the ground. So it comes to pass that you journey to the tower with Bruno to find the roaring beast.
わあ、ボタン押し忘れた。邪魔が入った。
About the enemy. All I ask is that you see me safely to Shoreland. Will you do this much for me? You reason that you her face contorts in worry and pain as she crosses the road and out of sight. Something's catching the sunlight just so. Something. Sure enough, this is the location. I'm convinced you found their stash. You open the chest with a self-satisfied smirk on your face.
マイナス4分。
We have finally a Bruno. Ridis snorts to herself, seeing you red in the face from jumping to conclusions. You snort to yourself, seeing Ridis red in the face. Bruno exhales deeply, then and it opens. This is the power of power. Bruno pants, but you promptly ignore him and enter the tower.
操作ミスがやべえ。
It sounds like he is saying something important. Yidis has given up on thinking and whistles an offbeat melody to herself. Bruno is admiring his own muscles gleam while everyone is distracted. The monster attacks.
こいつはどうやって倒すんだっけ。攻撃力アップ。どうすかな、ポイズンアローでいけるか。台数がやべえ。手すり切れるかわからんな俺。このタイミングでチャージを覚える。
Something glimmers. We were poor, leaving your past a mystery. You quickly throw aside the shiny piece of glass and move on. And fight.
ショックブラストは覚えてないよ。覚えてるわけがないわ。リリーはまだレベル上がらないから。あ、そうか、スライム スライムのプラス点がブルーのに入ってないからあんまりあれだったわ。今頃気づいたけど後半の稼ぎは変わらねえんだ。まあ前半加速したからいいにはいいんだけど、そうか、スライムのタイミングでも変わるんだ。ブルーのが仲間になった後でまたスライムを引かないと後半の加速はないんだ。ここのタイミングだいぶ大事だ。さあこいつはできればまあいいか、インドでこいつ多分フリーズしないよ。毒入れてチーム足りる？おわ、もう最悪。これ全滅しないような。全滅あるんだがこれ。うわ、そればっかやめろ。一撃ラインに入る。もうこれダメか。あ、終わったわ。いや残ったいや残ったけど、これどこいいハプニングで死ぬ。ふざけんなよもう。めっちゃ早かったのに。氷入るかだけ確かめるわ。ここで死ぬの？いや、まあここが最大って言ってもいいくらいの場所だけども、一撃で死んでくから、一撃で死んでくから一応自己確率高い場所ではあるんだけど。
Bruno silently compares his muscles against the monsters, then grins proud while everyone is distracted. The monster attacks.
どうすかな。タイム的には 多分ここ突破すれば普通のタイムになるけど、こうすか。いや、防御力上がったし、とりあえずフリーズ試して、多分こいつ無効だと思うんだけど、だよね、テキストだよね、だと思った。これまたやばいな。うわ、もうダメだダメだ。3回攻撃が3回来たからね。ふざけんなっつうのマジで。ダイスもクソだ。ひどい。うわー、ここで来る。おい、全記録アップばっかりじゃん。これ回復も蘇生もしないのはどうせ死ぬからです。一撃で。それ主人公にしてほしかったな。上書きして、いやこれリリーにヒールでもありだったな。今これ避けたからよかったけど。これで毒もあるし、いや通常攻撃でよかった。これどのくらいロスったかな。
She did not say any more, but her hatred for the beast was clear in her eyes.
オートセーブこんな近くに入ってるとは思わなかったから、のんびりやってたら割と近くだったわ。オートセーブのタイミングがい
It
つだ。
seems to be coming from the Mar mules, as it sounds like the roaring beast.
エンカウントだっけ。エンカウントでオートセーブだっけかな。
About the enemy.
ああそうだね、エンカウントでオートセーブ入るんだ。ああだいぶ近くでエンカしたおかげですぐ行けたんだな。 まあロスは2分くらいになりそうかな。あ、
You lose your footing.
やらか
You
した。
stumble, falling headlong down once more from the bottom.
ああ、も
The door before you is shut quite tightly. You insert the magical key into the hole and turn. You hear the lock come undone with a loud clang. The dragon may be just ahead. Now we slay the dragon for riches. On your demotivating words, everyone proceeds through the doorway.
プラスになってんな。区間プラスになったわ。スキル
Whether or not the beast is weak, you care not. You muster up your courage and shout your legs, but no matter how scared you are, the dragon will not wait.
水追加。よっしゃ。オッケー。水か。なんでだよ。 ばっかりなんだ。うわ、最悪。あと3。終わったか。ギリギリ。
We shall strike you down, you exclaim. Vince, of you too. It seems Melanie has lost her composure. The dragon returns the favor by spewing. You seem to stand no chance against the revitalized. Vince climbs atop the beast. Stay out of this, Vince commands, then flies off toward the western sea.
あ、タイムがプラスになりました。マジかよ。一回負けただけでマイナス4分消えたんだが。えげつないな、これ。
Melanie has a bad feeling about it, but Downs at ease with her recovery. You descend
戦
the
闘
tower.
1回でこんな減る。
Return to Shoreland in search of a boat to pursue the dragon.
こんなにプラスつくか。
When you return, he says a raging wind blew, sensing there may be a
まあ移
problem.
動のロスと
Quickly
かもあっ
make your
た
way
か
to
ら。
the
かあ、マジか。ああ、間違えたし。
your brow beside you. Bruno stretches, warming up his body. After striking a fantastic pose to show off, no matter how hard he pushes, it's pointless, you sigh. Turning around, a muscle-bound Melanie stands before you. Her whole body. You need Melanie's help to catch the dragon. You turn your earnest eyes to her, but unable to. You hear your bones creak in a way you've never. But afterward, the two muscle-bound forms were. At any rate, you leave the port town and follow the dragon. Just as you are about to leave, Oreo comes to Mount Medica. Something stirs deep inside your chest, but you blame your imagination.
終わるか。こっからもうあと1時間何もなしだ。
Wasn't that so much fun? Ridis turns to you and carries on, oblivious.
1時間
You, however, are a bit worn out. As a road stretches west from the docks, suggesting the presence of a house or settlement at
1時
the
間
other end.
半。
A white-hot, the searing beads of sweat are pouring off you now. You greedily drink it down, desperate for relief. The pain begins to ebb, and you hurriedly resolve to press on.
ここからもうタイミング速くならないからね。上がいても。
he is as angry. You two okay? Melanie asks, only to notice the ambush a moment too late. Repel the monster attack.
これ終わるか。この戦闘も結構強いからね。ああ、全部来たわ。全部来たらもう強いも何もねえわ。ああ、でもフリーズ入んなかった。すべてクリティカル。ダイス。
Nice work.
これなんでハーピーをやらないかっつうと、ハーピー雷耐性があってね、主人公の攻撃が全然ダメージ入らないんで、数減らしを優先しました。これフリーズ入ってればね、よかったんだけど、入らなかったんでね、最初に。めっちゃジェム来るじゃん。プラス10秒。
His eyes are glazed over.
これ多分前回タイマーの押すタイミングが
Nothing in this life. Your
悪かったの
callousness
か
is
も。
swiftly punished. The man runs off to who knows. You and the party resolve to
ドラゴン
continue
のところ。
exploring. Something is askew in this village. It would be best to
ああ、
proceed
でも
with
単純に
caution
戦闘
until
は
you can
今良かった
determine
か
what
ら。
is happening.
では、終わります。まあ、こっからタイム速くなることはないんでね。まあ、こっからのそのまま進めても終わるのは、3時間30分くらい。まあ、ちょっと早くなっても25分とか、そのくらいです。だからね、スライムなんだよな。まあでもスライム引けても3時間切れねえな、これ。加速して4分マイナス。それにさらに加速が入ってもプラスじゃねえや。マイナス4分がさらに入るくらいで10分かな、最大で。そうなると全体のタイムが3時間20分か15分か、そのくらいになるかな、今のチャートだと。そんな感じです。なので アップデ待ちです。お疲れ様でした。